Yo guys, what's going on? It's Duel Unlocked here, and today we're going to be talking about the brand new character for late March, Akira Zaizen. We're going to be talking about the deck, will it be impactful in the meta, what skill could potentially come out, and all sorts of that. So, without further ado, let's go and take a look at it. First off, I think the first thing that is important to look at is this was leaked in July 22nd, and we're basically in March at this point. So, what Tindangle cards were leaked? We have Tindangle, two Tindangles, Tindangle D-Holes and Tindangle Gel. I have no idea how you pronounce these cards, to be fair. So, these are the two Tindangles. I think this is a Tindangle card as well. Oh. I don't know, does this card actually do anything? When it wants you to declare the attack, destroy two set cards you control, and if you do negate the attack, then if any monster cards are destroyed by its card effects in the grave, choose one and destroy as many monsters you control as possible with attack less than or equal to that monster's. I mean, do Tindangles do anything when they're sent to the grave? This card sent from the hand to fill the grave, you can target one Tindangle monster. Oh. I mean, alright, so D-Holds does do something. So maybe Loki, Hidden Fangs of Revenge? This card might have some impact here with Tindangles. That's going to be an interesting thing to take a look at. So, yeah, those are the two cards leaked. I don't think there's any other ones. Some interesting things to take a look at here is there are still some other cards that haven't come out from this leak. We still have Boss, or Gene Raider Boss, which Gene Raiders would be pretty interesting if they came. We have a lot of reptilian support, or reptile support. That still hasn't come out yet. Like, we have the reptilian Naomi. I probably said that wrong as well, but you know, we have this Link monster, and then we also have like, yeah, here's another one, Vanguard of the Underground Empress. So potentially this stuff could come out. I don't know if it will. It'd be pretty interesting. We also have some white stuff, like White Lord, White Baking, so potentially Skull Servants would be pretty interesting. And then finally, I think this card is a pretty interesting one that could be a UR in the box. And I think this sees some play in like TCG potentially, but the problem with this is, like, it targets one face-up non-token monster your opponent controls. Special summon one monster for your hand, deck, or extra deck that has two or more of the same type, attribute, and or attack, but negate its effects. And if you do, negate the targeted monster's effects. Also, for the rest of the turn, if these monsters have the same name, you banish both of them face down. So the only problem with this is the skills being restrictive, right? So, I mean, if you have a skill that doesn't restrict you from summoning any monster, then that's going to be pretty good. So, I mean, I guess this is good for non-skill decks, so that's interesting. But yeah, let's go and take a look at all the rest of the Tindangle cards and see if there's anything. We already have a few in the game. So, we have Tindangle Intruder, which flip effect, you can add one Tindangle card from your deck to your hand. This card is normal summoned. You can send one Tindangle card from your deck to the grave. If a monster is special summoned to the field, face down defense position, once cards in your graveyard, special summon this card in face down defense position. This is not optimal, or not optimal, this is not optional. So if this card's in your graveyard, this card becomes... okay, I mean, that's pretty good. Tindangle Intruder, if it gets engraved, it's like Recursion. Not bad. We have Tindangle Protector. Flip, you can change up to 3 face-down defense position monsters you control a face-up defense position, and if all those monsters are Tindangle monsters, you can add up to that many Tindangle cards for your deck to your hand. Pretty interesting. Then we have Tindangle Hound. You can target one of their face-up monster on the field. This card's attack equal to the original... this card gains attack equal to the original attack, and then change that target to face-down defense position. Okay. Each monster your opponent controls loses 1,000 attack for each monster linked to it. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effects in the grave, you can change one face down defense position and change it to face, or you can target one face down defense position monster and change it to face defense position. We have Tindangle Base Guard. If you control a face down defense position monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. If you can only special summon it once per turn this way. If a monster's special summon is now pointed to opponent's link, pointed by an opponent's link monster, except during the damage step, you can this card, especially when a Tindangle monster from your hand or deck can attack or face in defense position. So the problem with this card is it requires your opponent to be running Link monsters, so I don't know about that one. Tindangle D-holes. This one, if it's in the grave, add a Tindangle monster from your turn one Tindangle monster to your graveyard, and special summon in face-out defense position. And the flip effect is send one spawn trap from your deck to the grave. I mean, it doesn't seem like that insane to me, to be honest. Tindangle Link monster that this card as material can make 3 attacks each battle phase. So that is pretty good. This might have like some OTK potential with D-holes. We have Tindangle Angel, special summon one flip effect monster for your hand or graveyard in face-up position. Then if it's your opponent's battle phase, end the battle phase. So, Tindangle Angel's interesting. This card might have a limit on it, but this card is probably the best defensive option for Tindangles. Ending the battle phase is pretty insane. But I guess we'll see. But there's like no real way for Tindangles to flip their monsters during opponent's turn, so we'll get into a card that can do that as well. We have Tindangle Trinity. Flip, you can special summon one Tindangle base card for your deck. If this card is flipped face up, your Tindangle monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a link material for the link summon of Tindangle monster, you can add one Kurgan's End. Probably said that so wrong. For your deck to hand, if you do send one spell trap from your deck to the grave, you can only activate Tindangle Trinity once per turn. And then we have Tindangle Jelrith. You take one flip monster for your deck, except Tindangle, add it to your hand or send it to the grave. If this card is in your hand, you can discard one other card and send one Tindangle card for your deck to the grave. And if you do, special summon this card in face-down defense position. And then we have the Tindangle Actun Cerberus, or Tindangle Acute Cerberus. So this is 3 Tindangle monsters. It gains 3,000 attack if you have 3 or more Tindangle monsters with different names in your graveyard, including Tindangle Base Gardener. So it does seem like Base Gardener will be a key point to the deck there. And then it gains 500 attack for each Tindangle it points to. And at the end of the battle phase of this card, declared an attack, you can special summon a Tindangle token. Fiend, Dark, level 1, attack 0. So, I think that this has some synergy with this right here. The Euler's Circuit. Your opponent cannot attack monsters you control 3 or more Tindangle monsters. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can target one Tindangle monster you control. Give control of it to your opponent. So, during your... I mean, it's like, there's no way for piercing, so... But, like, I guess you could give them a token. But if you summon it and attack, you're kind of vulnerable as well. So, I don't really know. And then you can bench this card and discard one Tindangle card, add one Euler's Circuit from your deck to your hand. And then we have the Protection, cannot be destroyed by battle or by opponent's card effects in the main monster zone. Inflicts battle damage, the damage is doubled. That could be pretty important, because this thing can get up to 3,000 attack. It could potentially make up to 3 attacks. And if it does, like, double damage, that's a lot of damage. We got Stairs of Mail. Discard a Tindangle card if you do apply one of these following effects. Change one face-down defensive monster you control to face-up attack position. Change one face-up attack position monster you control to defense position. You can now discard another card with the same name for the Stairs of Mails, even if this card leaves the field. And then Gurgan's End. Target one Tindangle Link monster you control, equip it with this card. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target with card effects. Once per turn, if all monsters in the zone are equipped. If there are monsters in all zones, the equipped monster points to. Once per turn, if there are monsters in all zones, the equipped monster points to. If there are still monsters in the zones, the equipped monster points. You can destroy this card and all those monsters. Then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the equipped monster's attack before they were destroyed. What is? All right, this is I don't. I don't even know how that card works because it's so complicated wording. But was it turn Tindangle? Okay, so but yeah, if you use Tindangle Trinity, this can search this card as a link material. Also, this is a link 3, so you will need 3 Tindangle monsters to get into it. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Like, the skill is going to make or break the deck. Then we have Tindangle, whatever this card is. When you take battle damage from an opponent's attacking monster, while you get 3 more Tindangle monsters with different names in your grave, you can destroy the attacking monster, and if you do, special summon 1 Tindangle acute servers from your extra deck. Okay, not bad. If you control no monsters in your extra monster zone, you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target 3 Tindangle monsters with different names in your graveyard. Special summon them in face-down defense position. Okay. So how do we make Tindangles a good deck that can compete in the meta? Well, I think one of the ways to do it, first off, this is assuming we're going to get every card. We don't know all the cards we're getting, right? But Soul and Luna right here. This is a selection box card. Target 1 monster you control and 1 monster your opponent controls. Apply the following effect on each monster depending on its battle position. Face up, change it to face up defense position. Or face up, yeah, change it to face down defense position. Face down, change it to face up defense position. So the thing here is, if you're in the battle phase, and you have Soul and Luna set, then potentially... which one is it? Is it this one? Yeah, if you have Tindangle Angel set, and it's in the battle phase, but your opponent hasn't dealt with this monster, or your backer, which is pretty unlikely, then Soul and Luna can flip up your Tindangle Angel to end the battle phase. So, I mean, there's that. I guess it also ends the battle phase just by itself. If it gets flipped up. The problem is, like, your opponent can out the monsters pretty easily. Tindangle monsters and your main monsters will not be destroyed, but, like, if they're phased down, I don't think this applies. But yeah, I think the other thing to look at is the... Because I don't know. It's an interesting one. Is the Ghost Trick skill. So if we assume, like, Tindangles get something like the Ghost Trick skill, you can only normal special summon Tindangle monsters, including special summons from the extra deck. So I think one other thing to note is that there are a lot of Tindangle cards that are, like, high level. There's the Tindangle Intruder, the Tindangle Hound, Tindangle Base Gardener, and Tindangle D-Holes. They're all above level 4. So there is a chance that you are able to set Tindangle monsters without tributing with the skill. That would be... There's an idea that is potentially a thing that could happen. Because I don't think this deck is going to be good unless they get a really good skill, which they could. They definitely could do it. So yeah. So let's say you can only normal special summon Tindangle monsters, excluding special summons from the extra deck. So how did the Ghost Trick skill work? Reveal 1 Ghost Trick Witch or 1 level 1 Ghost Trick monsters or 1 Ghost Trick field spell in your hand. A card with the same name only once per duel. Play 1 Ghost Trick monster from your deck in face down defense position. So let's just say reveal a a Tindangle monster or one of these spell cards or a trap card or Tindangle monster or Tindangle trap, I guess. And then you can play a Ghost Trick monster. So in this case, you can play a Tindangle monster from your deck in face down position where its battle position can't be changed. So if it was like that, if it's like the Ghost Trick skill, then I think the one that you would want to summon from the deck, let's see. So you could do Intruder to add a Tindangle card from deck to hand. You could do... this doesn't even have... you could do Tindangle D-Holes as well. You could do Tindangle Angel. This is probably one like later down the line, because you want to put Tindangle monsters in your grave. You could do Trinity to summon Gardna. Or you could do Gel. So there's a few different. There's like a lot of different options. I definitely don't know Tindangle combos at all, so that'd be pretty interesting. And then you can send one Ghost Trick Spell or Trap. So if it allows you to send a Tindangle trap to the grave, sending this trap right here to the grave would be pretty good, because this card can basically be a way to get a lot of Tindangle monsters from the grave to the field very easily. And special summon in face down defense position is really strong. You take no battle damage from opponents attacking monsters while you have 3 more Tindangle monsters with different names in your graveyard. Wow, that is pretty nice. So this would be good versus birds, potentially, but it's a normal trap, so... Oh, wait, no, wait, wait, yeah, I read this card completely wrong, my bad. When you take battle damage from an opponent's attacking monster, while you have 3 or more Tindangle monsters with different names in the grave, you can destroy the attacking monster. If you do, special summon 1 Tindangle acute Cerberus from your extra deck. So, it does have a trap effect, but I think the main thing is the graveyard effect, to where you can summon 3 Tindangle monsters with different names from your graveyard in face and defense position, as long as you don't have an extra deck or an extra monster zone. Because that would be the best trap. If it's like the Ghost Trick skill, it could be completely different, obviously. And during the end phase of the turn, you can change any number of monsters you control to face down defense position. So if it's like that with the Tindangles, that's going to be pretty nice, because then you get the flip effects again on the opponent's turn. The problem is, unlike Ghost Tricks with Tindangles, you don't really have any protection from, like, your opponent's monsters. It's like a completely different deck, but they can't attack you directly. So it's pretty interesting. It's more like, but you have, like, if they, like, clear your board, like, they Dark Hole you, then it's like, you really don't have much of a defense. Because, like, they can just attack you directly. Like, they just clear your board. Because none of these are, like, hand traps, right? And they don't have protection from, like, set effects either. If its monster's normal, it is now pointing to an opponent's link monster, except during the features. First one... I guess the trap is the way to protect you from that type of thing happening. If they allow you to send this to the grave. Which it is possible. I'm still, like, worried about birds just attacking you directly, but that's only one deck to worry about, to be fair, right? So this deck does have potential. Birds are going to be the one that is a little bit of a tricky one for this deck. But other than that, I could see this deck having a chance to be maybe, like, tier 3. If they're giving up a good enough skill. Let me know what you guys think. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out.